Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube universe, what is going on with you on this Tuesday? It is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023, 5:02 p.m. California time. I am, of course, your always gracious host, Fallon from GoNootropics.com, coming at you with the coffee chairs. Good to see all your friendly faces here at the Enterprise. Good, beautiful men and women of the Go Nootropics Enterprise. Those of you tuning in to another broadcast, good to see you. Drop a comment. How have you been? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, with you? Drop a comment. Let us know how you've been. What is going on in your life? Are you trucking along? Are you trucking along in this world? Are you getting things done? Are you coming off of things you shouldn't be taking? Are you incorporating certain things into your life? Are you making some moves, baby? Are you making some moves? Let us all know. We are here. This video is just kind of a sign of life. The Enterprise is still here. I am still here. As Morpheus says, we are still here, ladies and gentlemen. And it is good to be back. This is just a sign of life video. Videos have not gone anywhere. We are still cruising, mostly through the book, the Kratom book that I've been working on. Took a little break. Writing a book is hard, baby. Writing a book is not easy. You write it, then you got to edit it, then you got to design the cover. You don't make any money on books. You don't make any money writing a book unless you're a J.K. Rowling type. So I've been writing the book, this Kratom book that I'm really excited to put out for you guys. My journeys with Kratom and my thoughts on Kratom, how I quit, just the Kratom experience from start to finish, what it's like being on Kratom, what it's like being on Kratom for an entire year. What does that look like? What does quitting look like? What are the traps, the pitfalls, how to do it, right? If you want to do something, it's like, well, how do you do it, baby? How do you do it? How do you make $1 million? How do you quit Kratom? How do you do all these things? I mean, all the info is out there. All the info is out there nowadays. If you want to do something, it's there. You don't got to walk to the library in the rain anymore and dig through and ask the librarian where the book is, or find the book, or find the information. It's all there. It's all there on the internet for you to go out and pursue and find, locate, and put into action. It's all there. The only part you got to put in is the effort to do so. So anybody could write a book. Will everybody write a book? No. Anybody could start a business. Will everybody start a business? No. And it's just the people who put in the effort, the people who put in the work, the people who put in the blood, sweat, and tears to make it happen. The people who have the spirit. If you have the spirit, you put in the effort, you put in the drive. You muster up something in this world, baby. You muster it up, and you just go out there and do it. And take on that challenge. Take on the challenge. I feel that in my own life. There's a new phase coming up. There is a new phase. There's a skin that needs to be shed in order to make something new. Right? A lot of us walking around with this dead skin on, man. This dead skin that we're just clinging on to, this dead skin like the precious behaviors, the things we do, the things we're into, the things that we place value upon. Those things change throughout your life, and if they're not changing, something's wrong, right? Something's wrong. It's like you're supposed to be a little crazier in your 20s. You're supposed to be a little this and a little that in your 20s, and you're supposed to be getting locked up, going to jail, and well, maybe not that part, but that's what I did in my 20s. But I can't carry that same mindset. You can't carry those same things into your 30s, baby. Come on, into your 30s and 40s. I used to know this guy who was 30 years old, 35 years old, and everybody else was young. I was 19 at the time. And he was 30 years old, 35 years old, in his 30s, hanging out at the skate park. It's like, you got to shed that skin, baby. Do not be the guy that's 35 years old hanging out at the skate park, unless you skate. If you skate, hang out at the skate park. That's a different story. This guy didn't skate. This guy just sold drugs. Don't be that guy who's 35 years old selling drugs at the skate park. That is not how the story's got to go for you. It's not how the story's got to go. You did some things in your 20s. Now you're thinking as you get older, maybe it's time to do something else. It's time to do something else. So I feel a certain energy coming up, a certain time of change. I don't know about you guys, but this winter has been long. This is probably, I want to say, the longest winter I've probably ever experienced. It's been particularly rainy and stormy here in California, and it's just been a long winter. I'm ready for a little bit of the sun to come in, ready for a little bit of the nice weather to come in, and with it brings a new energy. Doing things differently, Obviously, I've been stepping away from the videos a little bit just because, there's not much more to say, right? And I've noticed this with kind of a lot of smaller YouTubers is, for whatever reason, it's like the algorithm's really pushing us out. It's really making known that we're not wanted. The smaller creators are not really wanted. Obviously, you guys enjoy the videos and this and that. But a lot of the smaller creators that I watch, they don't seem to be uploading videos anymore. It's getting less and less. Many of us have been through the ringer with bans, terminations. And, it's just a pain in the ass when your channel gets banned and you got to recreate from scratch. Now, I don't face this problem too much because I do have the blog, I've got the Discord, I've got the email list. Most of the people who watch me are hooked into one of those other platforms, so I can reach out to people if I need to. And I saw that writing on the wall a long time ago. And, if all you have is a YouTube channel, and they ask you, well, there goes your subscribers. And what I found is if you just have a YouTube channel and you get terminated, YouTube terminates you. Certainly some people will filter back into the fold. They'll come back in. But most people don't. Most people don't. So if your channel gets terminated, that signals pretty much the end. And it's just demoralizing. You build something up and YouTube takes these channels away from people. And, it's like, why try? It's like the carrot, and this is discussion on society in general. In many ways, the carrot is so far away from us. It's like, why try? A lot of people are just giving up, saying, you know what, I'm never going to have these things. I'm never going to own a house. I'm never going to own a nice car. I'm never going to be able to provide for a family with this job. And so a lot of people are checking out, and that's understandable, but I don't think that's a good long-term option to check out. I understand it. I understand the whole checking out thing and just, shelling into your hole, but as a man, you have to try. As a man, that's your duty to try. And not try to make it in society, but just your duty as a man is simply to keep going. It's simply to keep going and keep the spirit going. Even if at the end of it you totally fail, at least on some level you fulfilled your duty and you never gave up. You kept up the fights right up until your last dying breath. And that to me is noble. What is not noble is just kind of cowering in a shell, giving up and letting the forces of the world weigh heavy upon you and just keep you paralyzed in kind of the state of just inaction, the state of demoralization, the state of apathy, depression, when the carrot is so far away from the stick. It was like before it felt like, okay, the carrot's not so far. You still got to work for the carrot, but the carrot's not so far away that it's totally inconceivable that the carrot is there, right? It's like you could see the carrot. You could almost sniff the carrot. It was so damn close back in the days. Now the carrot has kind of moved. And to get a lot of these things that, we all want, wife, kids, family, a house, a car, money coming in, things like that. Your typical American dream. And I'm not saying that's everybody's goal, but I mean, who wouldn't want some of those things, right? Who wouldn't want some money coming in, owning your own property, having a family, having kids, raising kids? I understand not everybody wants that. And we could argue why people don't want that. I think a lot of people, it's just in their nature to want those things. It's in your nature as a man. It's in your nature as a woman to want those things. But they've convinced you that, oh, you don't actually want those things. It's too hard, right? It's too hard. So whereas the carrot was close before, you could sniff that bad boy. You could sniff that carrot. Now it's like the carrot is like a pixel. It's like a pixel at the end of the tunnel. And you don't even know if it's even there most of the time, that carrot. So in many ways, this is demoralizing to the mind. If you can't see, despite your best efforts, if you don't think that some of these things are attainable, then what's going to keep you motivated? What's going to keep you motivated to go out and do more? For me, a long time, it was like I had no motivation because I had no wife, I had no kids. It was just me. It was just me and taking care of my own survival. And for me, I just did what I needed to do as a man to take care of myself at that moment in time. But once you start wanting these other things, and you start kind of racking up some of these other things in your life, that's when the motivation kind of kicks in. That's when the spirit gets ignited inside of you. And are these things possible? Are these things possible to achieve? Maybe, maybe not. But you can't not try. You can't just throw in the towel and just weep in the locker room. It's like, yeah, you got beat down. You got beat down. You get beat down every day. But I think anybody can make it. I think anybody can, it's going to take a little more finesse. You got to have a little more finesse. If your idea is work a job and, that's how you're going to do it, well, that has changed. We must be adaptive. We must be adaptive creatures of adaptation, baby. Creatures of adaptation. And being grateful for what you got. So I just watched I don't know if you'd call it a documentary, but the mole people who live below the tunnels of Las Vegas. I guess Las Vegas has all these intricate tunnels. And there's a lot of people who have kind of checked out and they live underneath these tunnels. And, the camera crew and this guy who put this video out, I forget the name of the channel, but he goes down and he interviews these people. And these are just regular people who have checked out. They've checked out. They don't want anybody to bother them. They live down in the tunnels. And they have a lot of good advice, like being grateful for what you have. It could always get worse, right? It ain't so bad. If you're living in just an apartment and you got a little bit of money left over after you pay your bills, that ain't so bad. But learn how to build upon that, In many ways, what these mole people are doing is respectable. They're owning their situation. They're living in the tunnels. They've accepted their kind of lot in life. Some pretty traumatic things have happened to them. They've been through traumatic experiences. They've lost family. And, just kind of black-pilled by society in general. And becoming like that is understandable. It's respectable as long as the person is not whining about it. You know, anybody can have respect. And everybody deserves respect as long as they're not whining, man. Nobody respects a whiner. It's just whatever your lot in life is, just own that. Own where you are. Build upon that if you want. Don't get into chasing too many carrots at once. You know, just get yourself a couple carrots, man. You don't got to get a million carrots. Just get a couple and carve something out. You know, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and get a couple carrots. Or do whatever it takes, you know. And the depression can get very real when you see that carrot so far away, man. But look, we still, all of us, have some carrots we can be grateful for. You know, it could always be worse. You could come down with some crippling disease or some, you know. I had a buddy who rolled his car in a drunk driving accident, snapped his spine in half, was paraplegic. You know, it could always be worse. I was just in a car accident not too long ago. And, you know, it's just a friendly little reminder that the cold hands of death can touch you at any moment. You know, and it really was a wake-up call when we were in that accident, me and Christine, and just kind of being shell-shocked by the whole thing and realizing, wow, that could have really, if that car would have T-boned me a foot, you know, a foot in the other direction, well, these videos might not be here today, right? And now I'm kind of like, every time I'm on the road, I'm like a much more defensive driver now, you know, much more defensive driver than I was. I'm never the first in the intersection anymore, I'll tell you that. That will change you. A traumatic experience like that will change you. And it will give you wisdom. It will give you knowledge to understand that people are the way they are for good reasons. You know, certain people you look at, they have these behaviors that maybe you don't understand. And you have some behaviors about you that people don't understand. You might catch some flack for some of the things you do, but you got good reasons for doing the things that you do and driving the way that you drive and cooking the way that you cook and living the way that you live, that other people, had they had your same experience, they would act out in similar ways, in a similar manner, you know. So these experiences, they give you wisdom. They give you the knowledge, right? Tai Lopez, they give you that deep knowledge. So just go out and get some knowledge, baby. Go out, get some knowledge. The pursuit of knowledge. Honestly, this world doesn't have too much wisdom to give you. It really doesn't. The wisdom you get from the world is just kind of like survival wisdom and just like really, really basic wisdom. It's practical knowledge. The more you get out in the world, it's just kind of practical. It's not like spiritual knowledge. You know, if you chase enough worldly knowledge, you eventually come to a point where you seek spiritual knowledge, because you see that a lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it's just for the birds, baby. It's just a lot of the things we pursue are for the birds. But there are some practical things that we have to do. You know, we got to pay bills. Just practical things that, you know, you just gotta suck it up and do. So we are here cruising at the Enterprise. I hope you all are doing well. You know, hope maybe some more frequent videos for you guys here. I would love to do some when I've got the time, when I got the energy, when I've got maybe something to say, you know, something to say. So that is the video of the day. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you all for subscribing, and I will see you very soon. Peace.